What's up, you guys? We're2 here, and this is going to be a different type of video today. No duel links. We're actually going to be going over Hearthstone, which is a game I never thought I'd come back to. But I do still watch the competitive scene of Hearthstone. I love watching certain streamers like Raynat, Kibler, Grump, and all them, Crip, all the popular ones. Just because I love seeing how the game develops. I do love the game, but I don't feel like putting in the money and, the constant grinding to get all the cards, right? I'd much rather put my money in actual duel links because I know what cards I'm going to get, rather than having to disenchant and reenchant and all that. Especially with the, I've always displayed my hatred of rotation-based formats, and not being able to keep up, which is why I never got into Magic or, which is why I quit Hearthstone. Just because I spent a shit ton of money on my Goblins vs. Gnomes, and finally got the legendaries I needed for there, and then they swept them out. They swept them away from the meta, and for standard, and then they swept the two adventures that I bought out of there too. So I kind of just stopped playing the game. However, with the new expansion Journey to Ungora, which I really like, I love the new Adept. The new Adept ability. I love all the new cards that came out, like the Tar Creeper, where you gain attack during your opponent's turn. I love that interaction, and I love the new quests that came out. I think it's really cool. Cool variety where you already have these set decks and these set how you build a deck, and then you have these new quest cards that are included, where you can make an entirely different deck based off of these quests, which are different from the original decks you had. So now you have two different decks you can play, one with the quests, which are kind of straightforward because you need to build your deck a certain way to achieve these quests, and then you have just the certain class where you can build a deck for that, which I think is really cool. It just adds more variety. However, I do want to take a discussion today about one card I was very unsatisfied with when I watched people play Journey to Ungora, and that is Mage's Time Warp. And this isn't going to be discussing how good the card is, or how bad it is. I actually don't know. I don't pay attention to the meta too much. I just watch people play the game, and I love the cool interactions with the game now. What I want to discuss about today is this card healthy? And it's not just this card. Is this mechanic healthy? Mage's Time Warp comes from the quests, Open the Waygate, which the quest doesn't even matter. It's just the card in general. And it states take an extra turn. Now, when I thought about this, I actually thought the card was super broken, because taking an extra turn with Arcane Giants and all of that, and then just blowing your opponent away in one turn. Now, there's a lot more that goes into that, but I want to talk about just the card in general and the mechanic of taking an extra turn. In Yu-Gi-Oh! Or Magic, a card like this would be amazing. In Yu-Gi-Oh! We never really had a card that stated you could take an extra turn. We had a card called Pyro Clock of Destiny, which stated you move the turn count up by 1, but nothing really happens. Some people, when the first card came out, I played it casually. I thought that meant take an extra turn, and that wouldn't have even mattered and I know from a couple of friends, they said that I don't really follow Magic either, but I know how to play the game. They said there are cards like that in Magic. So, and I think in a card game like Magic or Yu-Gi-Oh, a card like this is perfectly fine to have in the game because interaction between players. In Magic and Yu-Gi-Oh, one person takes their turn, they're in position, they do what they have to do, they make their actions, and then another person does. However, in between those two turns, there's a period of reaction time in which your opponent has the chance to make a play, using trap cards, using instants. In Yu-Gi-Oh! We had hand traps, where you could discard a monster from your hand, and it had an effect then, like Maxi or Veiler, where you can negate a monster effect to stop your opponent's big combo, or Maxi to draw while your opponent's special summoning. That's how the game was played. You went, and your opponent had the ability to react to the plays that you made. In Hearthstone, that's not how this is, and I think that's why this card is completely game-breaking. Or not the card, it's just the mechanic. In Hearthstone, one person makes their move, and then another person makes their move, and it just goes back and forth. There is no period of reaction. The most reaction we have in Hearthstone is through the secrets. Mage secrets, Paladin secrets, Hunter secrets, and even then, there's pre-recognition from the opponent as to what these secrets are, and they can play around them accordingly. It's just a minor inconvenience for the opponent. Now, there are chances where dead draws happen and your opponent really has no way to play around it, in which case, the secrets are really good, but in most cases, your opponent has some ways to play around the secret, and can play around it accordingly, knowing what it is, especially in a best of 2, best of 3, best of 5 scenario, where you're playing the same deck over and over again in competitive. Um, but if you take an extra turn, you are completely breaking the game open. Where instead of you go and then your opponent goes, you go and then you go again, with the inability for your opponent to make any actions or to react what you're doing. So you have an extra turn of setup, an extra turn of attacking, an extra turn of doing anything you want, an extra draw. I mean, in Yu-Gi-Oh!, no matter if you got an extra draw or not, your opponent still had the ability to react. And that's why I think like a card like this is just super game-breaking. Because what if Blizzard makes this card, or they made it, right? Blizzard makes this card, and then with this effect, and they see there's no problem with it, do they just get more intense with making a card that has this effect? Because Blizzard, there was power creep that went on with Booty Bay Bodyguard into the other 5/4 for with 1 less mana, the Evil Heckler from Goblins vs. Gnomes or something like that, I think it was. And what if they make this costing less mana, or for a different class altogether? What if they make it for Hunter, which has a lot more direct damage and the ability to go face easier? What if they make like a card where during your opponent's turn they can't summon any minions? Like, you're taking away the ability for your opponent to act. And in certain card games that's fine, because your opponent has the ability to react rather than act upon themselves and make actions themselves. Because in a game like Yu-Gi-Oh! Or Magic, there were probably some large amounts of mana usage from Magic in which you then couldn't make any actions, or there was some sort of stipulation or some requirements needed. In Hearthstone, you just play the card. Now, I mean, this is, you make a quest, you play 6 cards that aren't in your deck to get this card, which requires a lot of setup. But, I mean, I think this card's fine for the game, but I don't think the mechanic's fine for the game. In case Blizzard were to increase, decrease mana costs, or put a different class, or make it just easier to get. And in a game like, and this is also shown in Shadowverse through their card Dimension Shift, which costs 18, but for every spell you cast through Spell Boost, it reduces its cost by 1, and it has the exact same effect. And there are Dimension Shift decks that take over the meta and just OTK you later on. And, it's not about, are the cards good? It's about, is the mechanic healthy for the game, and is it too game-breaking to allow Blizzard or, whoever makes fucking Shadowverse? And I mean, the card Dimension Shift that has been in Shadowverse for a while, are they good? Are they healthy enough to stay in the game and to make more copies of and make more variations of? And that's what I want to get across. Where I don't think a mechanic like this is healthy for a game like Hearthstone, for a game like Shadowverse, where your opponent has no ability to react to your actions. Just think about that just think about that. What do you guys think about it? Do you think a card like this is healthy? And I mean, I keep saying card, I mean mechanic, because I think the Mage's Time Warp is really, I think it's healthy. Because you have to play so many cards to even get the card in the first place, and by then you could have died, you could have lost 30 health, you could be in a really bad position, but we've already had Freeze Mage, and we've seen how easy that can spiral off and just kill your opponent easily. But let me know what you guys think. Do you think a card like Dimension Shift or a card like Time Warp is that healthy for a game? And shit, I keep saying card, but I mean mechanic. The ability to take an extra turn in a game where your opponent, or where you go and then your opponent goes, with no reaction time or the ability to cast something during your opponent's turn, to change their actions. In Hearthstone, it's just one person goes, another person goes, and another person goes. With a mechanic like this, it's one person goes, and then that same person goes again, without this other person being able to go and just make their actions. What do you guys think about that? Leave some comments below. If you guys want me to do some more Hearthstone content, let me know. I just, I was very confused as to, this card being, or this mechanic being in the game. Because I can only imagine for another expansion that Blizzard has set, how are they going to take it further? So yeah, make sure to like, subscribe, check out twitch.tv/SuperTwat2. I will definitely be streaming when summer comes around and I'm out of college again for summer break. I might stream a little bit before then. I'll stream Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links and League. I know I don't usually stream, I don't stream Hearthstone anymore, I don't play anymore. But yeah, have a great night. Remember 22 out, guys. See ya.